Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Eric.
You know, I had this idea, and I clearly did not just do it. But I was like, I wonder how you would react if, because I had this up when I was like on my way home today.
Mhm.
I was like, I wonder if how'd you react if you did the hi Eric, and I was like, sup, Kay,
I really hate that you told me. I really wish you would have done that without telling me now.
or if I'd just been like, what's up, K face, or something like that.
I feel like I would have just laughed and been like, "What?"
Yeah, well, I think I forgot about it until as I was saying hi, Cassie, that I was like, oh, whoops, oh well.
Yeah, I can't say how I honestly would have reacted. I just knowing me, I probably would have just laughed and just been like, what are you doing? What is this now?"
And then I would have done something along the lines of like, I don't know. I just felt like I should do something
Again, it's
different.
really unfair. I hate your name because I want you to be able to have more nicknames. Like, okay, even an example right there, just like Sup K, right? Sup E. It's not as cool. I'm sorry, it's not.
Suppy sounds like you don't know how to say supper.
We got a Suppy,
It's time for suppy. Everybody gather around the table. It's time for suppy.
right? I want to change your name so you can have more nicknames. You have a long, long list of names that you call me. Some of them are nicknames, some are just mean.
Moron, idiot, waste of oxygen. No.
Yeah, and that's not even the mean ones. But I always want to. I keep wanting to come up with a nickname for you, and I can't. I have nothing, and it's
Well, I mean,
brutal.
I don't think you can bring it up without me listing a few of the actual nicknames.
Yeah,
What are our favorites? Our favorites was Casket or Castastrophe.
catastrophe is my favorite one.
Castronaut. I think that's a new one. I don't think
I
I've
was
used
gonna
that
say that's
before.
new. You just made that up right now. Maybe other people can help me come up with nicknames for you. I can't. I haven't been able to think of anything.
Yeah, some names are significantly easier. And I found, I mean, it depends on what it is, but I found, at least in the ones that I do it with, that names that are like a syllable,
Yeah,
like the first syllable of their name is like very distinctive, and it like is generally like only one vowel and has like a couple consonants. So like the Cass
yeah, yeah.
is really easy to like fit into other words.
I mean, like, yeah, I can fit in other words, but I just don't feel like it's a funny nickname. You know what I mean? Not like catastrophe.
Or cast iron pan.
Yeah, it's not your best one. Castronaut was better.
Castronaut. I actually like Castronaut because you are a bit of a space case.
Works on so many levels.
I'm just sitting here racking my brain for others, but I don't remember what they all were. It's just at the time when I first came up with them, I was just spewing them all off, and
Yeah,
there were so many
and
of
then I
them.
was trying to come up with you, and all I came up with was generic Eric, and I'm just like, that's not even.
Castor oil.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about castor oil.
One of our coworkers calls you casserole.
That's true.
Castaway.
I'm gonna start saying that when I leave. Castaway.
Castaway. You should put a pause in there. You're like, cast away.
Castaway. Yeah.
But if you do that, you have to like sort of run out of the room.
Yes. Like a superhero. One arm just extended forward,
Actually,
just rubbing.
specifically, yeah, you either have to run out like a superhero or you have to specifically
That's
scamper out of the
true. I
room.
could scamper more than I could be a superhero.
What do you think is the difference? What do you think is the difference between a scamper and a run and like a trot
Mhm.
for like a human? Because obviously, like with a horse, there's a difference between like
Mm,
a trot and a run and like a walk.
gracefulness, intention.
The level of grace, the level
Yeah,
of dexterity
if you
shown.
can full sprint out of a room, I think people know the difference between if you're a runner. Like, was that meant to be a sprint or were you just trying to get away quickly? Did you scurry or did you sprint? You know?
What's the difference between a scurry and a
Uh,
scamper?
that probably is just more hurriedness, you know? There's like a level
Nah,
of
I think I know the
there's like
difference.
a level of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a fanatic, fanatic is that the word I'm looking for? Like an intense kind of feel.
Frantic.
I feel frantic. Thank you. That's the word I'm
Fanatic is
looking for.
definitely not the word you were looking for.
I know I said it, and as soon as I
I'm
said it, I was
running
like,
like a
that's
fanatic.
not
I'm
a
just
word.
really, really obsessed with running.
I'm so obsessed.
The difference between a scamper and a scurry is whimsy.
Yeah.
Scampers have a touch of whimsy. Scurries are more frantic.
Yeah, yeah. So like I said, it's a little frantic. If I hurry out of a room, but I'm not stressed about it, that's a scurry.
What do you think is
Whereas
the most
scamper,
whimsical way to run? Is it a trot
probably a trot. Yeah. Like if you
or is
have a
it
little
skipping?
pep,
I
a
think
little
it's
pep to
skipping.
it.
Maybe it's skipping.
But what's the difference between skipping and a trot? The rhythm?
Uh, the rhythm.
The pace?
The rhythm, because a skipping is like that, like it's like a. Hold on, I'm thinking through the pattern of skipping.
Because
It's like a the rhythm
step,
is like
stop,
a it's like a 1 2 skip 1 2 kind of thing.
yeah.
It's like a da 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 da
Skip to
da
my
da
loo.
da kind of skip pattern. Skip to
Yeah.
your loo, yeah. Whereas a trot is I think more of like a faster walk pace because it's more instead of being like a 1 2 pause 1 2 pause with like that pace, it's more of like a
Mhm.
1 1 1 1 1 1 but like faster and
Yeah.
slightly bouncy.
It's I thought of this because when you mentioned running, and I was thinking like because it's the new year, you see all the people being like, "Oh, I'm gonna get healthy. This is the year." And then I thought to myself, what if this is the year I become a runner? You know, I've never been a good runner. I've never really enjoyed running, but I hear some people they start running and they get just like a real high off of it, and they get really into running. You know what I mean?
Running is a slippery slope.
Yeah. To what? Knee injury?
Being athletic. No. I don't know. Running, no, running is one of those things I've heard that like it is pretty easy to get into. Like once you, I mean,
You
if
get
you're
hooked.
really out of shape,
Yeah.
if you're really out of shape, obviously it's gonna be rough to begin with.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things that I've heard that like if you're in decent shape, it's really easy to just get hooked into like just loving just going for runs or jogs.
Yeah. It's part of me wants to be this person, right? I'm like, "Ooh, that'd be great. Just go be a runner, you know? Fresh air, out and about." I have a pretty nice neighborhood. I think it'd be I used to walk my neighborhood a lot with my dog. So I'd be comfortable running in it.
Wait. How slow did you have to walk for your to keep pace with your dogs?
He's very quick. He's actually he's a very fast walker. If I ever recorded him walking, his legs move. It's just so fast. So fast.
It's like those characters in like animated movies
Yes.
that
Yeah.
like are the ultra short ones, but they keep pace with like the tall characters because their legs are just a blur underneath them the whole time.
Yeah, and I thought what I'd really like to do is get one of those leashes where it's like around your waist and then we could go running. And he's only like 10 pounds. He's not gonna I think it's scary when people do that and they have like a big dog that could definitely drag them down the street. Like my dog's too small. He wouldn't drag me down the street. You know what I mean? So like I'd be fine with that. But he has a little bit of arthritis. So he probably can't go be a runner with me, which is sad.
I mean, at your age, you probably
Yeah.
have arthritis too, so I don't know if you'd be able to do it.
I'll get over it. He's a little more whiny than I am.
That's a stretch. Anyway,
No, he's pretty whiny.
honestly, I've never particularly liked running, but I've also never like done it as like a exercise or like hobby thing. I don't know. It could be more fun if I actually like was in deep better shape or had the better because part of the issue with running is also the what is that, your endurance level. And
Yes.
even when I was in better
Yeah.
shape and younger, I don't know if my endurance was ever the best part of my in shapeness. It was often like other things that were better than my
Yeah.
endurance. So
I've never been great at running. I don't particularly like running, but that's the thing. I don't feel like anyone starts running because they're like, I love running. Most people start running and then love running after the fact.
well, that's why they talk about the runner's high, right? Like that's a thing.
I want to be clear though. I will not become a runner this year. It was just like a thought I had. I was like, oh, that's something I could do. And then I was like, nah, let's be honest. I won't.
I think you should do it.
I won't do it. Maybe this summer I'll give it a try. Maybe.
What if this? How about
Maybe
this?
not.
What if we
Mhm.
both committed to becoming runners this year? So we're both doing it.
I love this idea because I can't imagine two worse people to become runners. And then us doing it together, trying to become runners, just sounds like a disaster.
Not gonna lie. I was waiting for you to be like, I can't imagine you running in any context. And I was gonna be like, rude.
Okay, go with me on this though. What if, like once a week? Because we gotta start slow. Maybe once a month.
Once a
Maybe
month.
once this year.
How about once this year?
Um,
Yeah, once this year.
Starting off slow. I don't wanna jump in too fast. What if we just ran your street and are rewarded? Like we leave your house, run the street, come back, get a slushie,
I mean,
you know?
that sounds like a great idea,
Except the part in between, the running part.
except for the running part.
Other than the part where we leave and come back, the rest of it.
How about a new idea? How about you come to my house once a month and we just get a slushie?
How about I come by your house once a month, do a drive-through situation, you just hand me a slushie. I don't
Ooh,
even have to come
that's
inside.
better for both of us because then you don't even have to get out of your
Yes.
car and I don't have to see you for more than a matter of like minutes, maybe.
Yes, I like this plan. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just bring over a bunch of my cups for you to put the slushie in.
No, you're just gonna supply me with like disposable cups.
No, that's a waste. We're just gonna bring over cups. I have lots of
Recycled
cups.
disposable cups. That way they're better for the environment.
But I already have a bunch of cups, and I have those, like insulated thermos thingies, coffee cup things where it would keep it cool and icy
Is
on my
that just
drive
called a
home.
thermos? I don't know. What are those called?
Yeah, I think they're just a thermos. It's
Just a
just when I say
thermos
thermos, I picture the ones with the little twisty top,
that turns
and
into a
it's like a
cup?
smaller mouth. You know what I
The
mean?
ones that like the top turns into a cup?
Yeah. Like, that's what I think of when I say thermos, even though I realize a thermos is probably just any container that's keeping your food hot or cold, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, now I'm wondering, is it just like an insulated cup?
Is there a name for
Insulated tumbler?
insulated cup? Well, what's a tumbler specifically?
A tumbler? I don't know. That's like a whole thing where it's like if it's a cup, but it has to be that shape where it gets wider at the top,
Do they
right?
have to have
But
the
it
lid
can't
with
have
the
a
straw?
handle.
Because I know those are
I
usually called tumblers.
No, I don't think the straw is necessary. I think it has to be that, like, cone shape, and it can't have a handle to be a
Reverse
tumbler. Because
cone
I think
shape.
once it has a handle, then it's like a
A
mug,
tapered
you
cylinder.
know? Tapered cylinder. There you go.
Now I gotta know what's the hold on. Is there like an official definition? A tumbler is a versatile, reusable cylindrical container for hot or cold drinks. Known for its insulation, often double walled stainless steel. But not all tumblers are insulated.
No, yeah, I think the tumbler is just
Okay,
the
here we go. Here we
shape.
go. The dictionary definition is a drinking glass with straight sides and no handle or stem.
Yeah, I told you it's a handle. Yeah.
But if that's the case, that means like a whiskey glass is like a tumbler.
Oh, you don't say that to those whiskey connoisseurs. Are whiskey glasses, like, double-walled or something fancy?
Wikipedia says a tumbler is a flat floored beverage container usually made of plastic, glass, or stainless steel, and it has straight edges that taper slightly. Theories vary as to the etymology of the word tumbler. One such theory is that the glass originally had a pointed or convex base and could not be set down without spilling.
Ah, I took a tumble.
Another is that they had weighted bottoms, which caused them to right themselves if knocked over, which are like the exact opposite of each other.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Cocktail glasses, iced tea glasses, juice glasses, old fashioned glasses, shot glasses, table
Mhm.
glasses all qualify as tumblers.
I do have the perfect glass now, actually, for slushies, now that I think about it. And I was telling Trey the other day that I kind of want to start having like root beer floats more often because
Yeah.
your niece for Christmas got me this really cute glass, but it has that very classic milkshake kind of look to it. So I think that's going to be my thing this year. I
Oh, you
may or
mean
may not
like
become a runner, but I will be having more root beer floats.
you mean like the is it like one of those like old fashioned like drugstore soda shop glasses
Yeah,
that's got like the slightly scalloped edges and stuff?
yeah. I'm surprised you don't remember it. I really loved it when I opened it, but
I do
um,
not recall this at all.
you don't? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I really, really loved it, and so I'll put a picture of it and I'll send it to you later. But I'll put a picture of it up
And on our Instagram.
on our Instagram and YouTube and that. But yeah, I took it out of the cabinet because I was like, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna use this for. And I was like, it just looking at it makes me want to have a milkshake or a root beer float, though. And
That's cool.
I was like, I think that might be that's gonna have to, I don't know where I'm going with this. Has to be a thing I need to start doing. It's
A
just
thing this year. Your New Year's resolution is to drink more root beer floats.
have more root beer floats. And
You know what? You know what? A lot of people's New Year's resolutions, they're revolutions. That's a wildly different thing. A New Year's revolution is an entirely different thing. That's when you have like,
I don't really want to have one of those.
oh, come on, revolt against the authorities. New Year's revolution. No. Viva la New Year's. No. New Year's resolutions are normally things that are like self-improvement kind of things.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's something for like a New Year's resolution to like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself more often.
Do you think you could improve on a root beer float? How can we make a root beer
As
float
far as like
better?
flavor?
Huh?
As far as like flavor, what do you mean improve on
I
a
don't
root beer
know.
float?
I'm just saying, like, in general, a root beer float is pretty great, right? And yeah, you can switch out the type of ice cream or the type of soda and that kind of thing. But like, what would you do to improve a root beer float? Is it just the flavor? Would you just pick a different flavor combination?
Hmm. Well, let's see. In order to improve a root beer float, first you have to look at what are the downsides. What are the common flaws with a root beer float? What are the things that people dislike about them, right? So like,
There's not
let's
enough.
see. One of them is the fact. Well, there's okay. So here's the first thing that comes to mind for an issue with a root beer float is: do you drink the soda first, or do you eat the ice cream out of it, or do you wait till it defrosts and mix it all together? Too many
Oh,
decisions.
I personally eat the ice cream, then whatever kind of is like left, then I mix it together and drink it.
Yeah, well, I believe that is the correct way personally, just because the root beer does something to the ice cream that gives it like a
Yeah,
frosty
gives it that,
texture.
like nice creamy frosty going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a potential dilemma because, well, one of the dilemmas also could be if you have sensitive teeth, you can't necessarily eat the ice cream first. So, of course, here's the problem, right? To improve it for those people would be to just have it room temperature, and that's just inherently worse.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't that just a cream soda at that point? Like, I mean,
yeah, that is just a cream
it's
soda.
a cream soda. And if you need it cooler than that, I don't know. I guess that goes along with that people who like heat up their Coca-Cola. Is that the one people or Dr. Pepper? What's
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Supposedly, I haven't verified, but the supposedly Dr. Pepper, when it was first invented, was meant to be served hot because it was invented as like a tea and it was supposed to be medicinal, hence the doctor. And actually, of all the sodas I've tried hot, because I have tried a number of them hot, just because when we were first testing, when we first heard about the Dr. Pepper, like me and a couple of my brothers decided we are going to like microwave like 6 different sodas and try them all hot just to see. Dr. Pepper's the only one that's actually good. Like hot is almost kind of good, actually.
I believe you.
All the rest of them, not great.
I know Pepsi.
And one of them specifically, which I'm not going to name just for the sake of like, you know, brand
Just do it. Just say
something
it.
or other.
Don't be scared.
Nah. One of them, when you microwaved it, it became hot. Actually, like its flavor changed so much that I'm convinced some sort of chemical reaction happened and it might have been poisonous. It was so bad when it was heated up like that.
But you had it, so it wasn't that poisonous.
No, it's a joke. I don't think it was actually poisonous, but it tasted it was gnarly. When you heated it up, it was gross.
Okay. So root beer float will be cold soda and cold ice cream. No warm ingredients. What ice cream flavor do you think we should start with? I think we should go all in and start with pistachio.
Wait, so you're going to change the flavor of the root beer float?
Yeah, I think that's the only way to do
Wait,
it.
so hold on. Are we inventing a new float, like new ice cream, new soda flavor?
I mean, I don't know that we're inventing a new thing. I think we're just throwing out other options. You know what I mean? Because
I don't know if pistachio and root beer would be great. I think that'd be weird.
Right? Well, that's what I'm trying to think.
You know, it could be good.
What?
I don't know if I've ever actually had this, but if you had just a straight almond ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So one that just has like just a flavor of like a sweetened almond kind of flavor. So it was still like a vanilla where it's a relatively mild flavor, but has like that strong almondy flavor. I bet that would be really good with root beer.
I bet that would. I bet that would be really good with a lot of sodas, though.
To be fair, I've never had that, and now I want to know if that exists because straight almond ice cream actually sounds amazing.
A type of sherbet and Sprite.
You do realize sherbet and Sprite is a super common like recipe for like
Right,
like
that's
a
what
punch.
I'm saying. People don't sit there at the punch bowl eating the ice cream out because again, that just makes it a
Well,
cream
no, but that's
soda.
because sherbet. I think part of that's because sherbet's a different like it's made differently. Sherbet is not made the same way as ice cream, and I don't know if it like I think it might dissolve
Okay. 'Cause
faster.
I was like, yeah, that just makes it a cream soda. We already covered that. That's also a thing. Okay. I'm just trying to think of like what are flavors that maybe people wouldn't try together, you know? And I was just like, people don't really like pistachio. So let's just start at the worst and work our way out.
Okay, as of yet, sorry, got distracted because I was curious. As of yet, the only straight almond ice cream that I can find that you can buy is from Haagen-Dazs. Well, and even that's not technically straight almond. It's like vanilla
What if we
almond.
made ice cream with almond milk and put in almond extract?
It would probably be amazing. And then you chop up some almonds and throw those in there as well, just so you have some chunk.
The only problem is we would need some kind of thickening agent. That's usually why you put coconut in.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't
I bet
know.
we can figure it out. I bet we can figure it out.
I know that like I love almond flavored things. I love like marzipan, which is, if you don't know, is basically just like almond paste, sugary almond
I
paste.
don't know if I've ever
Delicious.
had marzipan.
You've never had marzipan? Do you like almonds?
Yeah,
Do you like sugar?
obviously.
Do you like eating like Play-Doh?
It's salty?
Texture, not flavor.
Oh. uh,
Marzipan's not
yeah,
quite that texture, but
yeah.
it's like a paste. It's like a sugary almond paste. It is so good. I love marzipan.
I said that to someone one time. I said something about the taste of Play-Doh, and they were just like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Don't lie. Every kid has eaten a little bit of Play-Doh."
You're
And
like,
but then I found
you
out
have tasted it at
I
some point in your life. I know you
I
have.
I don't remember where he was from, but I then found out he wasn't from the US, and so he didn't grow up with Play-Doh. It wasn't a thing where he grew up. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I bought him Play-Doh just to try it.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah,
So that he could taste Play-Doh.
he could taste Play-Doh. I think
Disclaimer,
you
don't eat
yeah,
Play-Doh.
don't eat
It's technically
Play-Doh.
non-toxic, but you still shouldn't eat it.
Yeah, don't well, okay, can I make a small gripe? I don't understand this whole, like, don't eat Play-Doh. It's yeah, it's non-toxic, but don't eat it. But yet, buy your kid this Play-Doh ice cream shop setup or buy them this thing that makes Play-Doh french fries. Like, I'm like, "Why are we making it into food items then?"
Because it's fun to pretend, but you're not supposed to actually eat them.
I know, I just feel like maybe we just take the temptation away. Maybe
Can
we
I
just
make a
don't
gripe about
maybe we
Play-Doh
make Play-Doh
food toys,
bugs
Play-Doh
or
toys for a
something.
moment here?
Yeah, please
Okay.
go ahead.
I don't like, and unless maybe I'm doing something wrong, but in my experience with Play-Doh, the second two different colors touch, they're inseparable. Which means I don't understand like the ones where you're like making a pizza. Because they always market it as oh, you make your dough, then you put your layer of the color up on, then you put all the toppings on. I'm like, that's awesome, but you can only do that once. Because once you do that, you can't separate the colors. So then you end up with this weird homogeneous, like probably brownish paste Play-Doh because you can't separate the colors. So the only thing you do is just mix it all together.
Yeah.
And I've never understood that because so many like Play-Doh toys are designed where you're like mixing and matching colors and that's how they market it. But I'm like, unless they've changed something about the recipe since I was a kid, you can't separate those colors again.
The only thing I'm seeing is it says you basically just have to separate as much of it as you can and then just mix the rest in.
But that's dumb.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's not actually solving my problem. That's just telling me to get over it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically saying, oh, well, that's the way our toy is designed. Although it's brilliant marketing because that means if you have the pizza thing and you want to be able to make pizza, you have to keep buying more.
Yeah, they're basically like separate as much as you can and then get it to just a tiny bit and just keep folding it in until you don't see the other color anymore.
Just mix it until you don't see it. That's like literally telling you to hide from your problems.
I think that was a big childhood disappointment is when you go to play with Play-Doh and the lid wasn't closed all the way and then it was just a rock solid piece of dough.
Well,
And you're
so
like, oh.
I don't know if your family did this. My family, growing up, we never actually really bought Play-Doh because we just made it. Because we would always just do that thing where it's just like flour and salt and whatever else goes in it, and then you could pick what color you would want it to be, and then you would make bigger batches. So you'd have a lot more to play with at once.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm sure my mom at some point did make us Play-Doh, but because that just seems like something my mom would be like, "Oh, that's cool, let's try it." But we also did have regular Play-Doh, and we had like knockoff brand Play-Doh.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't buy the Play-Doh itself, but we did have like some of the tools, like the extruders and other things to go with it. Is Play-Doh just, I don't know about like the official recipe for like the branded stuff, but like for if you're just making like equivalent stuff, is that just basically like an raw, salty biscuit dough
Yeah,
that you just kind of leave raw all the time?
I think so. Did your mom cook the flour beforehand, or probably not?
I believe it was because I know it was always like cooked and like made in like a pot, and it was always like hot when it was done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, just in case like you guys did eat it.
I didn't believe it was cooked, and I also think there's also some texture that like when you would play with it, which I don't think happens with like branded Play-Doh, but when you'd play with it, you'd always end up with like this like film of like salty doughiness on your hand, like a very thin film that you'd have to like wash off your hands.
I just I just I just know my husband's listening, and he immediately just hated that imagery because he doesn't like stuff, like, in between his fingers, like, on his hands and stuff, so I just imagine him listening and immediately being like,
I thought you were the one that didn't like messy things.
"I don't like messy things either." That's the joy, of having 2, like, OCD people in a household. Our house is always pretty clean.
Because you're the one that said, like, the idea when I made the joke of, like, just holding a stick of butter in, like, a really hot
Ugh,
day or, like, a
ugh,
freshly melted, it's just dripping down your hand, like, was
gross.
really, like, grossing you out.
Yeah, that's gross, and, like, I definitely would hate holding, like, an ice cream cone and it dripping, and it's like, I would then try to eat the ice cream, like, as fast as possible so then I could go wash my hands.
Wait, so if Trey doesn't like things in between his fingers, does that apply to, like, sand?
Yeah.
So he can't, like, play in the sand or, like, build a sandcastle because it bothers him too much?
He would do, like, some things like that, like, he probably would, but then he'd again, it'd be like one of those, I immediately, when we're done, have to go wash my hands. Like, I'm
Huh.
done playing in the sand now. I'll have to ask him, but yeah, I don't think he loves sand. I don't think he's someone that's like, "Let's go play at the beach," you know? I think he's probably like, "No, I'm okay."
Do you like the beach?
I like the beach. Yeah, I think the
Do
beach
you
is
like
fun.
building things out of sand?
I do. I do like building things out of sand.
Actually, I already knew you liked playing in the sand.
Yeah, 'cause there's not really great sand.
It has to be good sand, though. Like, there's a difference between sand, like, meh sand and good sand.
Yeah, it has to be like that good play sand. A lot of beaches have that, obviously, that really nice sand. Do you go to the beach? When you're, like, when you're near
Near a
the beach,
beach?
do you go to it? Or you, like,
I've been
stay?
to. I mean, I haven't been to a beach in a really, really long time. But I when we're like, anytime family would be traveling to somewhere that has a beach, we'd usually go to the beach for at least a day, or
Yeah.
not a day, but like a part of a day, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think beaches are fun. I think different kinds of beaches are fun. Like I've been to Clearwater, that's more of like a touristy beach. So
Yeah,
then they'll have like, like snack areas and stuff like that. And then like natural beaches, like where you just do like a hike. Those are nice. And then when we were in
tide pools.
The Bahamas was really nice. They had a really nice beach.
When did you go to the Bahamas?
That's where we went for our honeymoon. We got to go to the Bahamas.
Why? That's like such a cliche place to go for a honeymoon.
Um, because we wanted to go. Also, I actually don't remember how we landed on the Bahamas, but this is where we went. Um, it was really fun. We had a really good time. I would go back. I think it was nice, but also reasonable. You know what I mean?
Bahamas was reasonable.
I mean, in the big scheme of traveling that far, yeah.
That's wild to me. I would think. I mean, I'd have to look up the differences, but I would think the Bahamas would be
We
stupid expensive.
Well, we did, is it sandals or whatever, where it's, like, one of those all-inclusive things, which actually are not like, they're actually a pretty good deal. Like, if you're going to travel and all of that anyway, it actually does work out to be a pretty good deal for, like,
Huh.
your food and drinks and all that.
Yeah. Where do you think
Mhm.
the weirdest place to honeymoon it would be?
I feel like somewhere in Oklahoma is coming to mind.
What's
Um,
what? Why are you throwing shade at Oklahoma?
because I don't know what's in Oklahoma.
That's true, actually. I don't know anything about Oklahoma.
Like, around the world, I'm sure it's the same thing. I'm sure there's lots of little Oklahomas around the world, right? Where you're like, "Why would you go there?" But I feel like as far as, like, if you're traveling internationally, right? There's probably like, you're probably going to a bigger place. You're probably like, I'm not saying it has to be like, oh, Paris, right? But, like, you're probably gonna go to a slightly bigger city with more to do for a specific reason or things like that. Even someone going to Antarctica, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. You guys are just really into travel. You wanna go see Antarctica," right? Like, even that,
You're
I'm like,
really
not.
into snow.
Yeah, I'm like, even that, I'm like, that's not as weird. But you wanna go to the mountains or you like fishing or, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of other places I can think of why you would go there, but, like, I just like
What about like
Oklahoma.
the Sahara Desert?
I could see people wanting to go there, though. You know
What
what I mean?
about like a rainforest, like the depths of a rainforest?
Well, now you're just an idiot.
Like went on a safari in the rainforest.
Here you can go on an Amazon riverboat tour You can explore the wonders of the world's largest rainforest for 9 days for $9,495.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
downright reasonable.
You can visit remote villages. I don't know how to say that. You can go see a reserve. Best trip ever is what somebody wrote.
For a honeymoon, though?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the type of people who love to travel, I think that is definitely something you would want to do.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go down the Amazon. What about a vacation honeymoon to the Swiss Alps, but not a ski trip, just at the Alps?
A lot of people do that to just go see it, like see the little towns and stuff. Because that's like a lot of people go into like mountain towns and visit those, and they're not going skiing.
It's true. Yeah.
Plenty of people go
Especially
visit
if you're going,
Canada
like,
and have
off-season.
no intention to play hockey or, fight a bear. I don't know what else Canadians classically do.
I think they fight moose, not bears.
Why would they fight them? What did moose ever do? Meese, if you will.
It's not really for what they did. It's for sport. Canadians are big moose fightings for sport, like bare knuckled fighting a moose for sport.
I love to bare knuckle fight a moose.
I'm gonna go on a honeymoon to Canada so I could bare knuckle fight a moose. Disclaimer: there's a chance that might be illegal. I don't know. Are you allowed to bare knuckle fight a moose in Canada?
Don't leave the animals alone. I don't think you can take a moose without weapons, so just don't. Well, okay. Where would you go on a honeymoon then if the Bahamas is not on your list?
Honestly, I think anywhere that would is just there's a lot of places that would be really cool.
I feel like that was the perfect setup for you to be like Oklahoma, obviously.
Oklahoma. Nah, I'm thinking West Virginia.
What do you have against West Virginia?
No, I don't have anything against them. That's why I said that's where I would get. I'm kidding.
No, the fact that you're going there is what you have against them.
Oh yeah, because I'm giving them my presence. No, honestly, the places that I've always wanted to visit are there's only 3 countries specifically that I've always wanted to visit, and they are Ireland, Iceland, and New Zealand. New Zealand, obviously, because of Middle Earth, the Shire, all those places.
Yeah, I can get with you on the whole like Ireland, Iceland, New Zealand would be beautiful, but New Zealand, a lot like Australia, I don't want to be anywhere that bugs get that big.
Supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but supposedly New Zealand doesn't have that.
Really? All right, I'll go to New Zealand.
I have heard that Australia has all those crazy big terrifying bugs and spiders and stuff, and New Zealand really doesn't.
So I watched okay, I have a question. I watched a video of these 2 guys who walked to Mordor. They started at supposedly where the Shire would be in New Zealand. They went to New Zealand to do this. They started where the Shire would be and walked to where Mordor would be. Okay. Now, your girlfriend likes to watch The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Well, Lord of the Rings, not The Hobbit, really specifically.
Okay,
but yes.
Whatever. Lord of the Rings. It really doesn't matter for The Hobbit anyway. Would for a honeymoon you guys go to New Zealand and walk to Mordor?
Well, I don't think Mordor is in New Zealand.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying. The Shire isn't there either.
Yeah, it is. The Shire is in New Zealand.
Is it where?
I don't know exactly where, but I know it's there. You can even stay at the Shire.
Then why didn't they put in Mordor? That seems like a mistake.
You know what they should have done? Because New Zealand is kind of like long and skinny-ish because of the shape of the continent. They should have put the Shire on one end and Mordor on the other end. So you had to walk the entire length of the country to walk to Mordor.
Hey, New Zealand's on sale.
The country's on? Is it for sale right now? Is it on the market?
There's just a big. I went to a plan your trip to New Zealand, and it was like New Zealand sale.
Huh. Okay. I wonder what they're selling it for.
Oh, this says looking beyond New Zealand, Australia is on sale too, from $800. We should get on this.
Yeah, because we definitely both want to go to Australia, land of the spiders and snakes.
How much is it? I want to know how much it is to go to New Zealand.
Turns out it is very, very, very illegal to bare knuckle fight a moose in Canada.
Oh, okay, good. Well, if I'm ever in Canada.
Well, it's because, first off, animal cruelty laws, which makes sense. But also, moose are protected. So yeah, very, very, very. Don't bare knuckle fight a moose in Canada.
Why didn't they just change the name to the Shire? Like why or Hobbiton? Why
Of the
did
town?
they keep the original town name? That's a mistake.
What town is it in?
Mata.
Mata Mata.
Yeah.
That sounds
It
like a
is at
town in Hawaii.
501 Buckland Road, Hinaroo, Mata, 3472, New Zealand. In case
You know what?
anyone
At least
knows.
they put Buckland, because isn't Buckland? Wait, no,
Buckland
Buckland's
Road.
not. Never mind. I was gonna say, isn't Buckland a location in the Lord of the Rings? And I'm like, actually, I think I'm wrong. I don't think Buckland is.
How much do you think it is to stay here? I bet it's a lot.
Oh, I was wrong. You can't actually stay at the Shire. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like you can go visit, and that's what I was saying. You can go visit and do all that, but you can't actually stay there, which is sad.
Is they've said they have done overnight stays, but it's been like it's extremely rare.
It's not rare. It's expensive, is what they're trying to say.
Well, they say extremely rare, and it's usually for promotional things, which means yes, expensive, and or they're the kinds of things that they're specifically letting specific people do it for specific reasons.
Tuesday, September 22nd of 2026 is International Hobbits Day. So
Nice.
yeah, so
I
if
didn't know they did
everybody
that.
wants to celebrate, there you go.
International Hobbits Day, the day to celebrate hobbits and all things hobbit, like food and pipeweed. What else? I don't know what else.
That just got me on a thing of today, in case anyone wants to figure out when we recorded this. It's National Bagel Day, National
What?
Fresh Squeezed Juice Day, National Hat Day. Oh look, did you wear a hat today?
Yeah, I always wear a hat.
I don't know. I try not to look at you. National Booch Day. Try kombucha at home or support a local business. Why did we shorten it to
Kombucha.
Booch Day? And then they didn't even spell it like kombucha. They spelled it Booch Day.
Booch. That's
Yeah.
the name of it. That's what I said I wanted to name my dog. So every time I need to call it, I could be like kombucha.
But kombucha is C. I'm looking right at the word. I couldn't spell it.
It's C-O bucha.
It's right in front of me, and I still spelled it wrong. Now I can't. Look it up yourselves. I can't spell it.
Is it because I had made the joke of like if you were calling a dog, you'd say kombucha, so you said went to say C-O instead of.
I think so. I think it's that you made that joke, and then my brain was like, yeah, it's Kombucha. So why not just spell National Booch Day Bucha? Well, then it'd be Boocha Day. But
I want to know why it's called National Booch Day and not just National Kombucha Day.
that's what I'm saying. I don't. And then they didn't even like. Even if you want to be, I don't know, like a cool kid, and you're like, oh, I don't say kombucha, I say Boocha, right? Which
Unless there's other
I'm gonna
kinds
be
of.
honest, just doesn't sound right.
Bucha does sound like a euphemism for something.
It doesn't sound like you should say that.
The only thing I can think of as booch is if there's multiple types of like booch. So there's like kombucha, but there also is like lebucha or
Maybe.
nibucha or something like other things that are other drinks that are all booch.
Right.
Where does the name kombucha come from? I know what it is. It's a variety of winter squash resembling a small dark green pumpkin with paler spots and blotches having sweet orange flesh. It's just a squash. It's a type of Japanese squash.
Which is weird because it says kombucha comes from China.
Weird.
Yeah. But anyway, it just says that it's
Wait, maybe
it's
I
known
looked
as
up maybe I got the wrong word. Hold on.
I just spelt it for you. C-O. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right. No, you're right. Kombucha. A kombucha is a type of squash. Kombucha, spelled differently, is a drink produced by fermenting sweet tea with a culture of yeast and bacteria. However, you said the National Booch Day is spelled B-O-O-C-H?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that the squash?
Well, because... No, hold on. Kombucha. Yeah, because the squash is spelled K-A-B-O-C-H-A. So in some ways, it's bacha, not bucha. But in some ways, Booch Day is closer to the squash than it is to the kombucha.
It's referred to as the tea of life. I don't see anything specific. I don't know. It's also referred to as mushroom tea.
Okay, so here's a thought. Complete tangent, but I thought of it, so now I have to ask. If the sport squash were an actual squash, what kind of squash would it be?
Acorn.
What squash is squash? Did you say eggplant?
I said acorn?
Oh, I'm like eggplant. I'm like, or is this British say aubergine? Acorn. Oh, acorn squash. I was like, an acorn is not a squash, Cassie.
Yeah, but I'm talking about acorn squash.
That's clearly a nut. No, you're an acorn squash. Why do you think squash is an acorn squash?
It's just something about the shape of it. It kind of almost reminds me of like a birdie.
That's fair. I could see that. Why not? Why not like a butternut squash?
I just feel like the shape of it would be weird. It would. I don't know.
No, I think you're right because acorn squash kind of has like a sporty vibe.
Maybe
It feels like
like-
something that like
Maybe like a. I know. I'm trying. It's just like it has a good shape to it. Is all. I feel like the other ones
Yeah.
are either like much too round or discus. You know what I mean? Or then they're very like
Discus?
long. Yeah, like some squash. They're not like round. They're sort of just they're like ovaled. You know what I mean? They're more like a. Yeah. I don't
like
know.
those
I feel like-
pumpkins or whatever those pumpkin type squash are that are like super super short but like end up really
Yeah.
wide.
Yeah, like those. That's what I'm like. I just feel like acorn is a good size. It's a good shape.
That's what I've always said. I've always said that acorn squashes are particularly shapely.
Yeah, I'm just like, look at that acorn squash. Perfect. Love it.
You just walk into the store, you see an acorn squash, and you're like,
That's the
good
one.
shape,
That's the
good form.
Look at you.
And then you buy something else instead.
Yeah, I don't need an acorn squash, but
Have you ever eaten acorn squash?
yeah, they're good.
That was a very non-committal. They're good. I mean, it was very like you didn't expand on it at all.
Well, I mean, it's a squash.
But it's not. I feel like acorn squash is a noticeably different flavor than some
You
others.
think so? No, I think I tend to cook all my squash kind of the same way, and then I'm just like, they're good.
Well, there's your problem. Every squash should not be treated the same. Kind of like how
How do you cook?
I take this back.
How-
Never
how
mind.
do you
I was going to say kind of like how every potato should not be treated the same, but actually potatoes you can basically all cook the same. But let's say the new metaphor, every squash should not be treated the same, just like how every fruit should not be treated the same. Like you don't cook fruit or use fruit in other foods the same way for each fruit. Like there's variety.
What about jam?
That doesn't count because you can jam even things like jalapenos, which are not a fruit. So at that point, you're just like throwing rules out the window.
What about fruit salad?
We've already talked about fruit salads, and the only fruits that you treat the same for fruit salads are cantaloupes, strawberries, and blueberries and grapes.
What about like a pie filling, a dessert filling?
You don't do that with every single fruit. And actually, even
not?
when you do, the specifics that you do is not the same. Because
Okay.
like an apple pie filling is not the same as like a peach cobbler filling or like a blueberry filling or
Mhm.
even like a cranberry pie. Like
Okay.
you don't treat them the same. The way that you create the pie filling is slightly different.
What about juices?
You don't juice a banana.
They put banana in juices.
You don't juice a banana.
I
You
mean,
can
I
put
know
one in
you
a
don't.
smoothie, but you don't juice a banana.
I know, right? Isn't it weird? I always question that when I see juices and it's like has banana on the front of it. I'm just like, how did we get here?
How did you juice the banana? Because as far as
Yeah.
I'm aware, at least as any juicer I've seen, you don't get juice out of a banana. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but none of the ones I've ever used.
Yeah. Gross.
The idea of banana juice grosses you out?
It says you just use ripe bananas, water, and a little bit of sweetener.
To get banana juice?
That's what it says.
Why do you need to sweeten it?
I don't know. People are addicted to sugar.
Especially since ripe bananas tend to be sweeter anyway, like extra ripe
Yeah.
bananas.
Can you imagine ripe bananas and you add sugar? What is this? Banana bread?
Okay, but can we talk about banana bread for a second?
I mean, we can talk about where we went. This is our podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's talk about cheese. No.
Of all the topics, but okay.
It was the first thing that came to mind, okay? You're just
Okay.
mad because you don't even eat cheese. It's not my fault you don't eat one of the world's most delicious foods.
What did you want to eat? Banana bread. What?
Oh, right. What is it? So I love banana bread. Not love. Love is a strong word. I like banana bread. I like most things with bananas in them. I love bananas. But why is it that banana bread and specifically pumpkin bread, I guess,
Uh-huh.
are like the things people make as like, well, they make them in the fall anyway, but like things that people will like give to other people, okay?
Because everybody loves banana bread.
Maybe, but like the number of times that I've been given, like when you're given the gift, it's not like a birthday gift or anything like that. It's just sort of like a appreciation gift type things. I've been given so many loaves of banana bread It's crazy.
Maybe you just
And
know
pumpkin bread.
a lot of people that buy bananas and don't eat them.
I mean, so like someone who accidentally buys like 5 dozen bananas.
Yeah, and then they make banana bread with them.
But you didn't make banana bread. You made banana bites, which you never shared with me.
Sure, I did make banana bread, which I probably actually no, I think I did share banana bread with you because I bought.
You didn't
I
share
bought
the banana
you
bites with
baby
me.
loaves. I did not. Next time I buy 5 bunches of bananas.
I would say that won't ever happen, but you almost did it the next week, so actually it could.
It'll happen again at some point. You just wait. Some point
You're gonna get back into your old habit and hit 5, and it's just gonna.
Yeah, I'm just gonna forget one day and be like, or maybe I'll make banana bites for an appreciation gift for you, and I'll be like, look, it's not banana bread.
If you don't know what we're talking about as far as the 5 bunches of bananas, just go back to whichever episode that was in and listen to that one. Good luck figuring it out.
Just go back and listen to all of them again until you find it.
I think it was the fruit salad episode, but I can't guarantee that.
I'm positive it was the fruit out. It was the
Fruit Allen episode?
I'm falling apart.
You fell apart a long time ago, but it's showing.
Yeah, but I can turn my neck all the way to the left now, so pretty excited.
Dang, that's impressive. You turn it all the way to the left, like all the way.
Yeah, I can almost look over my shoulder. That's more of a because I just can't look that far.
You're nearly a contortionist. That's crazy.
I don't know what I did. I'm getting old, and I don't know if I slept funny or whatever, but my traps are really tight and they hurt. And I was telling Eric this morning, I was like, I can't look all the way to the left. My range of motion stopped. But I've been.
You should lay better traps.
I've been trying. I'm working on it. I'm actually, unfortunately, a little bit trap dominant, and I hate it, to be honest. Like, I try to do...
Is trap dominant when your traps are more successful than everyone else's traps?
Yeah, because I try to do, like, lat raises, and then my traps will engage, and I'm like, stop it. I wish... Oh, man.
You really should not exercise near your traps if you don't want them to, like, engage every time you exercise.
Yeah, but the thing is I need to know they're working, you know?
I love how we are having 2 completely separate conversations because I'm leaning into my joke and you're ignoring the joke, but it still kind of works.
I didn't ignore your joke. I leaned into it. I know we talked about, not on the podcast earlier, we were talking about that I don't like practical jokes.
Yeah, you like jokes that don't make any sense and aren't particularly practical.
I can appreciate some practical jokes. I couldn't be in one of those families or relationships where they always play jokes on each other. That would really stress me out. I'd be living in like high anxiety all the time. And you would never know when the person was being serious. You'd never know if it was really a trick or not. But there is part of me that is like the elaborate traps that people set up. I wish I could do that.
Like when they do like a mousetrap situation in their own house?
Well, I meant probably like more like when the confetti goes off. I don't want to actually injure people. That's the other part of practical jokes is like if someone accidentally gets hurt, but when you set up a trap for them to get hurt.
So how would you react if you were on like one of those prank shows? Like you didn't know it. You're just like the random person that's just on the street that ends up like being the one they're pranking. How would you react?
It would depend on my mood that
You're
day.
like, there's a possibility that episode wouldn't be able to be aired.
Yeah, it would either, if I was in a bad mood, it would not get aired. If I was having a rough day and I was just more like emotionally worn out, I would cry. And if I was in a really good mood, then I could probably laugh it off. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is that's the part that I'm saying. Like I couldn't be in one of those relationships where people like families and stuff where they play practical jokes all the time because I'm like, what if you had a really rough day at work and then you come home and immediately someone plays a joke on you?
Get pied in the face?
Yeah.
Well, because for some people that would actually make their day better. They'd come home from like a really rough day and then immediately get pied in the face and be like, that's hilarious. My day's better.
Oh, I'm so happy now. Yeah.
For me, I'd come home, get pied in the face and be like, are you kidding me right now? You better be cleaning this up. And then I'd go walk away.
And then you'd be like, I'm more concerned because I live alone.
Yeah, I'd get home, get pied in the face and be like, really? You broke into my house for that?
I don't know why immediately my mind went to Home Alone. Like someone just broke in your house and set up a bunch of Home Alone traps.
It's like reverse Home Alone. The burglars break into your house just to prank the heck out of you and then they leave.
They know you're Home Alone.
That's like, I've said before that it's like if I was ever going to be like a burglar that broke in people's houses, I wouldn't steal anything. I would just like
move stuff. I'd just be like messing with people. You like go and break into their house and then just like rearrange their entire pantry.
I read this book and the main character was like a cat burglar cat. And he
Wait, was he actually a cat? He was a cat burglar cat?
no, it's just like I can't say cat burglar without saying burglar cat because there was that stupid commercial that they did that on. The guy, okay, so the main character was a cat burglar, but he would break into people's houses and he would steal like the extra jar of peanut butter or a roll of toilet paper or whatever, right? Just kind of what he needed to get by. And then every once in a while to like pay his rent, it was funny because he would say that he would steal one earring, right? Like one diamond earring,
Yeah.
and then he would wait like a month or two and then steal the next diamond earring, right? Like once the person's like, I can't find the match to this, and then they kind of put it in a separate drawer and forget about it, right? Then he would steal the other one and sell them. I remember after reading that book, now it's like it crosses my mind, like if an earring goes missing, then I'm just like, is it actually missing or does someone steal it? And then it's like, I swear I just bought an extra tube of toothpaste. How are we already out of it? Right? Like, but it's little things like that where you don't really think about it. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
then that little bit of paranoia goes in my mind where I'm like, is there a burglar coming in the house? And it was
Yeah.
funny because he did talk about in the book, he made a reference to like some of the people had dogs, but the dogs knew him because he came by all the time and he would like let them out sometimes or like bring them snacks or like whatever. Or if he saw the dog was
Yeah.
out of water, he'd like fill up their water bowl, you know? And I was like, what if he's coming in here and like taking care of the dogs and then leaving?
Yeah, I just think it'd be hilarious. Like I think it'd be so funny if you were like crazy good at like being a cat burglar that rather than taking anything, you just massively rearrange or like mess with stuff so that when people get home, they're like, nothing's missing, but like the house is rearranged. Like you rearrange the furniture in like a room, so they come home and everything's just rotated. You're like, wait.
If you came home, all of your furniture was turned the other direction, like what would your reaction be?
The problem is, so I'd be like, what the heck? But then I think there'd also be a part of me that'd be like paranoid. So then you'd start checking all the things where like valuables are and be like, is anything missing?
Right. Would you think it was a burglar or would you blame someone you knew?
I would probably blame someone I knew.
How far down the list am I?
Weirdly, I feel like you shouldn't be that far down the list, but you probably would be one of the last people I'd think about.
Okay. Because it's pretty far for me. So that's a lot of effort. So that's fair.
Well, because like as much as it seems like something that you would do, it also doesn't seem like something you would do.
I think if I lived closer to you, I'd be higher on the list.
Yeah, that's probably part of
the
it.
fact that I live kind of opposite direction of you as far as like town is concerned, it's just like it's not convenient for me to do that, and I don't have that energy level to
Yeah,
play that kind of
to
joke.
come all the way, especially since like that's not like a minor thing. Like rotating all the furniture is like that takes effort.
Yeah.
So that's like energy.
I guess you'll know if there's just a day that I'm like, so you're gonna be out for how long? What are you
How long do you think you're gonna be out? Okay, when do you think you'll be home? Okay, cool. No reason, just wondering.
No, I wouldn't ask you. I would probably just call your girlfriend and be like, so this is what I'm doing. Can you just like take him to dinner and a movie? Just be gone.
And then I get home and the entire house is just rearranged. Better yet, it's not rotated. You like moved stuff, so like the whole master bedroom amount of stuff is like in the basement.
Just completely remove your house around. I don't know who I would suspect if I came home and my furniture was moved. I don't even know who I would suspect to do that. Because same thing, I just don't know anybody that would make the effort to come over here and do that. I feel like I had one other thing I was going to tell you, and now I can't remember what it was.
Your bad memory is probably why we're not really friends.
Who are you?